Smith is approved by the NBA. He would become one of the youngest ever team owners at the age of 42. Smith made his fortune in the tech industry, but his strength is in sales. Kyle Harvey caught up with a close friend that Smith still shares office space with to talk about that, the Ryan Smith he knew before all of this massive success. Kyle?
Well, Mark, I've learned that Ryan Smith was one of a pretty large handful of extremely successful entrepreneurs that got their start here, working in a shared office space together at Troon Park. This is on State Street in Orem. If you picture a whole bunch of guys in their 20s and 30s, this would have been 20 years ago, all hustling, trying to get their businesses off the ground. That is the environment in which the billionaire was born.
The secret sauce, I think, to every great entrepreneur on the planet is coming up in really humble beginnings. And I think Ryan, anything that he ever wanted in his life, he had to go work for it.
Real estate developer David Hunter is a longtime friend of Smith's. The two met when Smith was about 21. The two shared an office on State Street in Orem.
One of our buddies, Rick Slade, had a business called Home Classified Ads, and he's trying to get people to get out of the yellow pages and move onto the internet. And Ryan was his one and only sales guy on that sales force.
The office space at the Troon building was packed with would-be success stories.
Todd Peterson was in that office, from Vivint, Jeff Curl, the Skull Candy and Stance guy, James Clark from Clark Capital, who's also, he's done some big things in the Valley.
Even in that crowd, Smith stood out.
He was that kid that you knew that wouldn't be selling home classified ads for very long.
Once Qualtrics started, Hunter remembers Smith turning heads.
Started hearing about the deals they were cutting and the companies that were getting involved with them and these Fortune 500 companies that Ryan was landing.
Now, many of the same guys from the old Troon office share a different space.
So this spot right here, all the German executives from SAP flew in.
Yeah, that's right there. That's where the deal went down, was in there. Yep.
Last year, Smith inking an $8 billion deal to sell Qualtrics.
So you think that he's going to get in there and win?
Instantly. He is going to throw caution to the wind to do whatever it takes to build a lasting winning franchise.
Now, if the story of a young tech billionaire that sells a company and then buys a basketball team sounds familiar, it's because the Dallas Mavs owner Mark Cuban did a very similar thing. Actually reached out to Mark Cuban today on Twitter asking about today's news. This is what he told me. He writes that, "I am a Ryan Smith fan. Glad he's in the NBA, not happy he bought a team in the Western Conference." So already the competitive Ryan Smith making his mark. He's been noticed by Mark Cuban. The "I'm not" guys in the beginning of that tweet referring to his request from me for an interview today. He was not available for that. Maybe next time, Mark Cuban. Hunter also tells me, guys, that he is really eager to see what kind of philanthropy Smith does. He said this is something he's already been involved in already, and it's something that we should all be watching for as we move along in the future.